I bring my bring my microphone over here. Whoa! Nope. What? Cable? Really? You are long enough. What's happening? Okay. There we go. When I got up here, like an hour and a half ago, I thought, I'll have plenty of time. I'll do a little bit of podcast work beforehand. You know, some of the stuff we were talking about pre-show. Doing a little bit of planning, some organization, and a little bit later I fired up. I got distracted. I lost track of time, and I fired up all the software we need to make the show happen. And I fired up XSplit, and it's like, congratulations! There's a brand new update, and it's like,
great,
3.4 point something.
Yep.
I was like, okay, that should be fine. You know, let me fix the stream here. That should be fine. You know, it doesn't look like a major update. I think I'm running on 3.4, but you know, it should be fine. I wasn't. 3.4 is totally different.
Yay!
So like, before it used to be like file, broadcast, extensions, tools, help. They added 3 more options. So like, I go up to record, and it's just local recording. And I was like, oh shit, did they lose all my options? I go to play out. That's just for like having a capture deck installed. And then I go to broadcast, and it has all my stuff. And it's just like, oh my god.
Yes, let's rearrange everything because it's fun.
Like, they had to do it for a reason, but if you have that many like play out things and recording options set up, I feel like it's not going to bother you if all of them are all together. Because they had, like, when the menu popped up, it was like, here's your streaming ones, there's a line, here's local recording, there's a line, and then, you know, they had them separated out. So I don't know.
I think UI designers are just kind of fucking lazy, to be honest.
Well, it's the thing too, where it's like, XSplit is weird in the first place, and I'm sure they did it like to get ready for other stuff, but if anyone has listened to this show for any number of episodes, one of my biggest pet peeves is when a company doesn't communicate. It's like, all you have to say is like, we shuffled some of the stuff around because we're planning for big new things in future releases. Cool.
Yep.
Now I understand, but it's like, hey, 15 minutes before you start recording, I just fucked everything. Have a good day. It's just like, no, wait, hold on. It was fine.
Why, how, and what?
Right. Why, how, and also why. Alright, let me get my notes here. I have a screenshot in my notes this week.
Interesting.
I had to capture with my phone all the items on this one run instead of just typing 10 items out.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm lazy. / efficient.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Although I've done that before with the Xbox. I've just taken a screenshot of a polar screen before I finished a run just so I could see exactly what I had in it.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, you ready to kick this off?
As ready as I'll ever be, considering how little I can talk this week. Yes.
Okay. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Moonpir Boston Rebirth. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always in the Adventures in the Basement is Moonpir.
Hello.
Dailies this week, I feel like I only really had one good run.
Yeah, you might feel like you had only one good run, but I feel like I had 5 really bad runs.
I don't think either one of us had a good week. I just think
you had the slightly better week.
Yeah, like one person has to win.
Yes,
so I think
that's essentially what it comes down to. Is yes, it comes down to who had the slightly better of the 2 of the weeks.
Yeah.
This week was you. I think last week it was me, but this week was you. So.
Yeah, the only run I had of note is the one I took a picture of my screen on my phone for. That was Tuesday's Azazel run that went to Mom.
Yep.
With Halo, Sin Robes, BFF, Cricket's Head, and most importantly, Monstro's Lung.
Yep, Monstro's Lung was the killer on that.
And it's just, primarily it was just like, okay, I'm doing enough damage now, but now I'm doing that much damage in about 16 directions all at once.
Yep, exactly. And that, to be honest, that build, the Azazel and Monstrose Lung build, is the one that made me start to be interested in Monstrose Lung. So thank Azazel for that. But if you ever see Monstrose Lung in your Azazel, or you have Brimstone, pick it up. It's fun, it's chaotic, and it's amazing.
Yeah, especially if you have full-on Brimstone with the full range.
Yes.
That's even more fun.
The only thing that makes that better is... rubber cement.
Yeah.
Because
and Tammy's head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then things just get a little bit framey, shall we say.
Yeah, like that always reminds me of like 8 and 16-bit games where it's like when stuff is getting really good, that's when the frame rate dips.
Yes.
As opposed to today where
the frame rate just dips.
Yeah, just you're walking through a corridor and the frame rate dips.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, this week was, to be honest, like I haven't had a whole lot of times to play video games. Period. This week, like I did all my dailies. I don't think I've done today's daily yet, and I'm so worn out. I didn't even compare my last 3 days' scores against yours.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, based on the fact that I scored like 5,000 and 3,000 and 2,000, you more than likely beat me on all of those days.
Yeah, to give you an idea of, I guess, how poorly this week's runs went and how hopeful I am for a fresh start tomorrow. I started today's daily and I went, oh god, it's Lilith.
Oh, that was my response yesterday, I believe. I was like, great, it's a Lily run. I think it was a Lily yesterday or Friday.
Friday, yes. Yesterday was Samson, which I was like, okay, that's fine. Pretty early on, you picked up Lusty Blood, and I was like, all right, Bloody Lust and Lusty Blood together is fun.
Yeah.
Maybe make something out of this run.
Yeah, yesterday's wasn't too bad, but yeah, I think it was Fridays. Fridays then was the Lily one.
Yeah.
And literally, I thought, well, I'm gonna die in the first 3 floors because that's just where my headspace is. And hey, would you be surprised? I died in the first 3 floors.
I made it all the way to boss rush, and I missed it by 2 seconds because.
Welcome to my world, punk.
Well, even worse, I had 2 guppy items, and beating mom spawned Devil Deal. So I was like, all right, I should have plenty of time to go in there, scoop up my third guppy item, transform, and scoot right over into... I have enough health. I think I have like 4 or 5 red hearts. So basically, whatever's in there, I'm just going to scoop up and get the hell out of there. Went in, scooped it up. I don't even remember what it is. It might have been like Maw of the Void. Went outside, and it was 20 minutes and 2 seconds. I was just like...
Yep.
I didn't even look. I swear to... I didn't even look.
Oh, I've done that plenty of times. I've done that to the point where I've had 20 seconds gone in and be like, oh, what should I pick? What should I pick? And then by the time I go back out, it's like 20 and 1. It's just like, really...
And I always beat myself up because I'm like, I could have paused. I could have paused and thought about it. And I just stood here for 30 seconds. And then... we are our own worst enemies sometimes.
Yeah, what catches me the most is the loading between levels. I will frequently be like, okay, I got a tweet a little bit ago. This is 20 seconds, I can load it. Look down at my phone. Wait for Twitter to load. Read the tweet. That was pretty good. Look back at the screen. Oh, I've been standing still in the first floor of the room, or the first room of the floor, for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Which can end up being a big deal if you're trying to make boss rush.
Yeah, I did that a lot yesterday playing Destiny 2, where it's like, oh, I'm flying from one planet to another. I'll just look at Twitter and get caught up in some tweet thread, and I look and I'm dead, and like 2 people are trying to resurrect me because I'm in the middle of a public event. It's like, sorry, this cat on Twitter was very cute though. Yes,
as always.
Oh man. I think that's probably it for dailies. Did you have any more progress for like the final mile here?
No, I've got 3 more items to collect and rough week, so I just didn't have the willpower to go in and do, which is funny. I'm going to refer to this as a grind when it's actually not that bad of a grind, but no. I wasn't in the right headspace for that. Play it just to look for this thing, because you kind of got to have your methodology down pat. Like you've got to know second floor onwards, you are finishing that boss room with a full D6 as Isaac. Right. So you can re-roll, if necessary, Angel/Devil Deal items to try and get what you need.
Right.
So it was one of those things where it's just I wasn't in the completionist headspace to be able to actually focus enough to do it.
Right.
So I ended up just taking a little bit of break from it. Hopefully come back this week, hitting it hard.
Yeah, do some Eden runs, do some Isaac runs.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, if I do Eden runs and start with the item, does that count as me collecting the item?
It does, yes.
I'm doing 100% Eden runs from this point on.
Yeah, that's a really great way, because she can start with literally anything in the game. Or I guess he can start. And it totally counts as you having picked it up.
Oh, that's kind of good. Yeah, I've got a lot of Eden tokens I never spend, so...
Yeah. And Eden's just fun.
Yes.
Trying to...
Dumb, but fun.
Yeah, a lot of times, some of the fun runs I have are, okay, I started with really bad stats and really bad items, like, let's see how far I can go. Whoops, I beat Mega Satan.
Yep.
Like, that turned out alright, I guess.
Yeah, I've just got to get my head into it and see, get those, I think it's literally like 3 items. I have it written on a post-it note downstairs, like literally the 3 items I need.
Right.
It's like, come on.
It's a wanted poster.
Like the amount of times I picked up like the blue candle, I picked it up all the time.
Yeah.
But it's only in dailies. Like I've never seen it on a regular run.
Mine on a save file recently was the Pokeball.
Yes, I remember you telling me about that. Like,
yeah, it's just like, why? I mean, it's bad. That's why I know I didn't pick it up. But why? Man. All right. Oh, actually, before we go, I forgot. T-Bomb Rock sent us some questions last week that I totally forgot about. So let's read off his questions. He says, "What was the last item you got in game that you've been waiting, that you've been wanting, and made you squee? It could be for the first time or just to complement your run."
Quick and easy answer for that, because it's the one item that got me through my 3 keeper runs.
Yeah.
It was Godhead. I've literally seen that item 3 times.
Yeah.
Once in greed mode with keeper when I messed it up and then thought I'm never going to do greed mode. Then literally the very next greed mode run, it was the first item in the golden item room. And then I smashed through greed mode with the keeper.
Yeah.
And then haven't seen it since. Until I happened to do this one run with the keeper on hard mode, and it's right there on the first floor. I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'll take it.
Yeah. I think for me, probably the first time I picked up Brimstone, because like I was playing it without really knowing anything about the game other than, I bought it because everybody was talking about Rebirth when it came out. Mm-hmm. And it was free on PS Plus when it came out on PS4. I was like, well, there's no reason not to buy it now since it's free. And I think the first time I picked up Brimstone and fired it, I was just like, oh my god. Like, I don't remember what that item looked like. I don't know what I picked up, but this is incredible.
This is the exact same thing happened to me the first time I picked up Brimstone. I was like, what is Blood Laser Barrage and what does it mean?
Yeah.
And then you fire and you realize what it means, and then you immediately think, what is that item? Where can I get it again?
Yeah, and I think every time I have a run like that, the item that makes me feel like that is Tammy's Head. It's one of those items where, like, unless you have a specific setup already, Tammy's Head is just going to shoot a bunch of really weak tears out from you, and it doesn't really matter.
Yes.
But if you have a really cool or really strong run, Tammy's Head starts you, basically on the path of enter the room, fire it, and exit the room as you're still moving. Like, you just, you never stop for nothing.
Yeah, Tammy's Head is ridiculous. I think Tammy's Head was the reason I did speed, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
I think Tammy's Head is the reason I was just like, I've got 1 minute and 2 floors to go, let's rock this.
Right.
And then booked it all the way through to the end, so... Especially considering it's a 1-room charge, so it's literally enter room, kill everything, enter room, kill everything, enter room, kill everything.
Yeah, including bosses, like it does so much damage. Yeah.
Yep.
He also asked, my 5-year-old loves watching me play Isaac. It's to the point that I bought her the Switch version so she can play wherever she wants, mainly because she's a backseat Isaac player when I do my runs. Do you guys have any other games that are family affairs?
Oh, I mean, for
No
me,
Man's
it's
Sky for my wife and I.
yeah. For
It's not
me, I
co-op,
mean, probably The Division, Dead by Daylight. I would say Siege, but they're now like Siege pro players, and I'm like a rookie,
Yeah,
so
you're
it's not that anymore.
you're like player level 1, and they're prestige 10 times.
My account level in that game, I think, is just under or just hit 50, which there is an achievement for. I'm pretty sure all of them have like upwards of 150, which should tell you something.
Wow.
But no,
My wife and I used to play a lot of Destiny together before we had a kid, but you can't pause, so
yeah, it makes it very difficult.
yeah.
Like, it's the same with us. It's like one of us, like, if we're playing something co-op, we have the thing of, well, one of us will make food, so we'll just pause the game or whatever, and then the other one will like do the dishes or something. But if it's hard with the games as a service model to find something that's like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Isaac-wise, it makes me laugh when I'm playing that with my wife, or when my wife's in the room, because she gets so confused by the stuff that's going on, and then it's even better trying to hear her explain it to her friends while I'm not in the party. She's just like trying to explain, like, there's poop and there's tears and there's
shooting blood.
He does a show about it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, like, that's how deep he is into it. You know, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, 600 hours now, I think. So,
yeah,
oh boy,
getting up there.
Yep.
And last but not least, want to remind everyone that if you haven't backed the Kickstarter, I think it has a little under 2 weeks left for 4 Souls.
That's not our Kickstarter, for the record. That's Isaac.
Yeah, not our Kickstarter. That's our Isaac Total Conversion Fan Pack Kickstarter will be launching any day now. But he's saying that the $25 tier will be sold in stores later if he can. If you really want it, I think you're going to want to get in on the Kickstarter. So it's obviously funded, so should be fine. But that's our episode this week. Thank you, Moonpir, for joining me yet again in the basement.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all next week.
It's so hot in here.
And thank you for watching the video. Bye!